What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades, and we are up for the Nighty Night update. And I've not heard much about it, but I'm very excited to see what it has in store for us, because I already see there is a weapon that I have not seen before that looks like some sort of claw spidery thing that we do not currently have enough keys to use. But let me just take a quick
hold power.
peek at our keepsakes. I think we're going to keep that one. And so I think we're going to have a lot of new stuff to look at here. And I don't totally know what we want to use here.
What could go wrong?
But we'll go with the same thing we had last time, which may or may not have been a video that did not successfully record. But anyways, that's beside the point, because look here. That is a new visual effect for the booms, and it's definitely more 3D. Not sure if I like it more than the existing one, or the previous one. I did like the previous one, I suppose.
Well, my hellborn kin, my blessing now is yours to do with as you wish, provided you inflict a little suffering for me.
Okay, whoa. Okay, an early epic cast. I mean, it is nice to have Doom on your normal attack, but I think let's go with the aggressive play to begin with. And by that, I mean, let's get hit in the first room. So, I'm sure we're going to end up talking a lot about all the new stuff in this expansion. And as we're doing that, I do feel the need to acknowledge that I only played the previous expansion, the Long Winter update, maybe a couple of times? More or less? Ooh. I think we go Zeus. So, not necessarily going to be looking at exclusively things from the Nighty Night update and thinking, oh, that looks new. I mean, I have a general sense as to what the Long Winter update gave as well, even if I didn't necessarily get around to it in a previous playthrough. Like, for example, we had Demner boons in the past, so I know those exist, we've used them, they seem great. I will definitely try to target those if they do become an option at some point.
I know just how much you must want out there, young man. And I want that as well. Good thing for you, as I get what I want around here. Ask anybody.
The other thing is fishing, I think, is the primary thing that I did not end up doing for the Long Winter, so we'll see if we can get the chance to do a little bit of that today. In addition to whatever the... I guess dash? In addition to whatever else the Nighty Night update gives, I mean, obviously, I assumed the weapon there that we saw mere moments ago, in addition to... thought I heard a bunch of story-related stuff. But I don't... and I'm totally excited to see that. But I don't know much else in terms of what to expect. So it'll be a bit of a surprise, at least for me. I did not read the full patch notes or anything like that. I mean, I'm sure I probably will take a look at them at some point, but I like going in with a little bit of a surprise. Okay. Not many choices just yet. Did pick the Zeus room rather than, I think it was coin room is what our choices were a couple of times ago, and I was hoping we would sneak in that hit before that guy was able to attack us. Fortunately, we're not able to do so, so we did take a little bit of damage there. Alright, but there's a palm.
Good enough to eat.
And I think I will use it with the cast. And here is Chaos. And I think it's early enough in the run that I'm certainly comfortable doing it. We have much of our HP left, so not like this 21 damage is going to be a huge detriment. Should still have time to get it back. Chaos Boom looks different as well. Oh, I'm sorry.
Respond only when necessary or when prompted. Yes,
Yes.
Merely listen, so it's just like when I get those messages from the Olympians. Wait, you did just prompt me, Master Chaos, didn't you? Or should I have remained silent just now?
I cannot offer you advice, but you were prompted, yes. You may speak freely, then or anytime, despite my wishes that you not do so.
Sorry, Chaos.
Absolute silence is my general preference. It may not be yours.
Yeah, you know, absolute silence when you're holding the entire world in the palm of your hand. That's a little bit concerning. Oh, what is this? Oh, man. So, take extra damage when we attack. That is a very difficult one to pull off, because that means we have to use basically only casts and special. But we get that nice rarity improvement, and that early on in the run, that is very nice. Let's try it. It's going to be tough.
No reason not to make it so.
It's going to be very tough. We already do have a Zeus Spoon, so this could be good for synergistic purposes, but also Daedalus Hammer upgrades tend to be good as well. We'll go with this. Okay, now I need to, like, consciously focus on not using our normal attack. So, like, these casts are going to be very important. Yes, we can use specials as well, but I think given the cast upgrade that we had not long ago, that's really going to be our preferred method. We do have a little bit of damage on our dash, but I don't think that's going to be enough to do anything significant with it. Oh, that was not the best of throws there. Ooh, almost ran straight into that. Oh, that was a fastball. Oh, and I almost walked straight into that one, too. Narrowly avoided. Okay, so I think we avoided taking any damage in that room, so that's great.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, lots of epics. After you take damage, nearby foes struck by lightning. I mean, yes. But I feel like this is maybe not the best option when we don't have a ton of lightning at the moment. Lightning bolt effects deal damage in a larger area. At the moment, it's just our dash. I mean, if we continue to invest in Zeus Spoons going forward, then that would be a good option. And I mean, we were just saying that we're going to need to rely on our special a lot. But I feel like this is a short-term investment, whereas this is more of a long-term investment.
Thunder time.
Because once we are done with the Chaos Boon, we're going to prefer having the increased area on all of our lightning effects, I think. Okay, glad we got rid of that spawner. I did want it directly on top of that.
Mine.
So I want to be keeping a close eye out for that in particular. See if there are any more of them. Yes, there are. And conveniently located spawning points as well. I just stood right there and ate that. It's odd not being able to attack with our normal attack. I have done it once before, at least. Made it a bit of a gimmick. But I have not done it much. So I think we took a little bit of damage there, not a ton. So I think that was largely okay. If we make up for some of the damage we've taken, we could do that. With 25 coins, I mean, we don't have a ton at the moment. We would still be able to get a relatively big boon, or a boon, I should say, if we were to spend this coinage here and then go to a shop immediately afterward. I don't remember if next room is a shop. It might be. I mean,
Should be useful.
playing it safe there a little bit, but I think that is a good route to take, just in case. Because we don't have full HP. And, oh, you are hiding in the corner. And I almost missed you. And, this is gonna get pretty crowded with those explosives pretty quickly because we do not have very fast damage. I mean, when we do use our casts, we do deal a lot of damage. It's just that we can only use it every so often. And occasionally I'll do things like that and throw it at no enemy in particular. There we go. Gotta be getting very close to the Chaos Moon. I think it's one more room. Ooh, I don't know about this, so... Yeah, we don't really need it, because we're gonna get full HP as soon as we enter the next room. Don't think there's anything else in here, so let's keep going. Automatically get that as soon as we leave as well, but... I think we avoid the mini-boss and just go for the key. Probably in a vacuum. Still prefer the gems to keys, but... On this occasion, I think, to make life easier for ourselves, I almost attacked there. Is a lot of damage. Oh, that was so immensely silly. Got a little distracted there. Didn't pay the most attention to where we were standing, obviously. Oh, and that was clearly aimed in the wrong direction. That last one, though, in my defense, he did move in the other direction. Still maybe not perfectly aimed, but... Oh, I really thought you were gonna get hit by that trap there. Stop moving right when I do this. Making it difficult. Ooh, that was close too. We could be using our special more often, absolutely, yes. You are correct. But it doesn't deal as much damage. Maybe it's a little more reliable and then it's easier to target it. Oh, I was absolutely... You saw where my cursor was pointed. That was not the direction in which the attack actually went. We can almost deal enough damage on our dash to take care of these guys with that alone. I'm gonna try that. Ooh, I walked straight into that one, though. And we need some of our bloodstones back. I mean, at the end of the day, this has been a very long room, yes, but we haven't taken too much damage. Okay, well, that was silly. I mean, was it, though? Or was it ingenious?
Master Chaos has evolved.
Okay, and there we go. So the Chaos effect has worn off. Now we can go ahead and actually use our normal attack, which is going to be very useful for a room like
No
this.
need to be in such a hurry, boy.
This is going to be, yep, survive for a certain amount of time. Now I need to get back in the habit of knowing that I can actually attack, which feels weird.
Stay dead.
This is a good opportunity to load up on some cash, potentially. I did get hit by a bunch of things there, I think. You know, if we can get a lot of kills in here, and that was also dashing straight into that. Okay. Not the best of performances here in this room. I don't think.
Just what I wanted.
I ought to have left them all.
Did we still get hit by those projectiles at the end of the room? I think we did. Alright, mistakes were certainly made. Mistakes were certainly made. Oh, almost forgot the palm of power. It was blended in. Look at that. Camouflage palm.
Gods grant me strength.
Okay, so as for this, I mean, we're most aggressively, in some ways, using our casts at the moment, so I know we have already upgraded this once, but now let's go for it, and I think
I grow stronger.
thereafter we will probably end up looking for upgrades on other things. Come on. There we go. And it is weird that, I guess I didn't realize this before, but the Ares casts, they go right through people. So that means that our bloodstones, they end up going halfway across the room. Or all the way across the room, really. Rather than getting stuck in enemies, which is somewhat significant because enemies do take increased damage when they have a bloodstone tied to them. So it's technically, I suppose, a little bit of a damage downgrade for that reason, even if the normal damage is quite good. I did get hit there by one of the explosives, and let's not get overzealous here. Like right now, where are our bloodstones? Makes it harder to find them. Right there, I would normally expect it to be right next to where we took down the enemy, but it's not. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we could certainly use a little bit of a life upgrade. Life restoration, even. My guess is this is going to be the last room before the boss fight. And it is? Okay. So, what can we afford? We could go 1 and 2, hammer and life restoration. I would prefer to avoid using life restoration. We're not... I mean, we have a close enough to full HP that I would like to believe that we can take down a Fury for... Well, then again, if we were to buy this, which I think we should do, it's not like we're going to be able to afford the max life upgrade in addition to that. Special hits twice in a smaller area, no longer knocks foes away. Attack deals extra damage to armor. Your attack restores 2 life per hit. Whoa, but you have minus 60% max life. I've never seen this before. I don't think so. This might be new. It's a little scary, but I'm intrigued.
Good as new. Just tidying up.
So now, I mean, we could afford the life restoration, but granted, we don't actually have life to restore anymore. So it would be great if we could get this now, but of course we can't afford it. So give it a shot. I really hope it's Meg, because otherwise this is going to be tough with just 50 HP. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. Hello, Tiffany. I would argue you might be the most difficult of the Furies. I mean, you and Electo, of course. Not really surprising anyone with that statement, I suppose. Oh, I was hoping we might be able to dash through that. And that one, I just walked straight into. So how significant is this life restoration that we picked up? Because, I mean, we're back up at full HP. So, there's something to be said for that. I think... Okay, we're moving. New arena. I think there's definitely a right time to take that... Well, I would think there's a right time to take that boon and there's a wrong time to take that boon. I would think the earlier you get it, the better. Because now, every future max life upgrade that we get, I assume, has its full effectiveness. It's not like everything thereafter is going to have a less effectiveness. And if we can get additional attack speed, then that would be amazing. So we can get the 2 life back very quickly in that case. I didn't check. I assume... uh-oh. Try to dash through. I dashed through some of it, but not all of it. I assume it only works for our normal attack. Oh, man. Not for things like our dash. That may not be the case. But usually those hammer upgrades, much like normal boons, will specifically say it only applies to one of those things. Trying to dash through at least one wave of those, but we definitely don't have enough dashes in our arsenal to get through all of them. And this last phase with Persephone is very difficult because she has so many area attacks that in the larger areas you can dodge many of the things that she tries to hit you with. Here, like in that scenario, I mean, granted, I just didn't really position myself correctly at all there, but uh-oh, we're getting low HP here. But there's not a lot of room to avoid things. There we go. So we took a lot of damage there, but we recovered a lot of our damage based on those attacks, so I'm curious how much we finished off with there. 35, I mean, we definitely didn't have the life regeneration, or leech, whatever you want to call it. We would have died there, of course. took more than 50 damage, but we also have less max HP because we did that. So
Tartarus has proved unable to continue.
Off to Asphodel.
that certainly heals us up all the way. Now, is there anything that we want to get rid of? I don't think so. Might we want to get this, knowing that even just a little bit of damage is going to be very dangerous for us? And it is still just a percentage, so that means we're only getting 5 HP with each room, so that feels very insignificant. You know, we get 3 already just from entering the next room, so we're almost at 10 HP to begin with every time we enter a new chamber.
Ready to Asphodel.
Did notice, however, that our coin count is rather low as well. Alright, great, we're about to go into a coin room. But that is something to keep an eye out for, too.
Wait, Magus.
I do not like these guys. I do not like their attack. They will hit you from very far away. Ooh, I thought I was standing on the little barge there. Ooh, and I walked straight into that one. There is a Chaos Gate here. I don't even know if we can walk into a Chaos Gate. Or at least it's going to be very, very close, given how low our HP is. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it does... That was close. It does tell you how much damage you will take upon entering it. Or just before. So you know, you're like standing directly in front of it. It's like, do you want to go down here by taking, or and in doing so, take 25 damage or whatever it is? So that should mean we can be smart about it. Theoretically. Yeah, if you want to just die to the fire, that's
Time to
cool.
collect.
So, like, for example here, are we willing to take almost half of our HP in damage in order to further debuff ourselves in the Chaos Room? Let's quickly just take a peek at whether there's anything else in here that we might want to do before that. No mini shops or troves or anything like that. Let's go for it.
Going in.
I'm not so confident that this is a good idea, and by that I mean this is definitely not a good idea.
Yes, I've returned.
But you gotta give it a shot, right? Okay, for the next 4 encounters, oh man. Oh man. So again, this would be great long term. 61% increased attack damage is humongous. That is basically the power of a good boon. Working indefinitely, and in addition to whatever normal attack boon you might have, and I don't think we have any yet. So that would be great, but then of course the minus life whenever you attack is very difficult, and tell you what, I don't think we can do it, given the hammer upgrade that we had just a few rooms ago, where we reduced our total HP, but had the +2 life with each hit. They kind of counteract each other, but we're still taking 2 damage on net with each attack that we do, so yeah, I don't think we can pull it off. I would love to, but I don't think we can. Cast deals extra damage. I think that's our next best shot. Given how we have already improved our cast a bit. Oh! This is good timing, though.
You look like you could use a hand.
That we probably could.
Who wants to be the first today?
Not me.
Now, granted, these guys are going to be hard to kill before Thanatos, because they have enough HP that I am going to be struggling to actually deal the requisite damage. It is tied at the moment. Nope. I think we got that one. But he got one as well. You could give some lower HP enemies, that would be greatly preferred. I am very skeptical that we are going to succeed here. Where are you? No!
Gemstones.
Oh, that was close. Oh, if we didn't get that last kill in there, because I think we did beat him on that last one, then we would not have succeeded.
You beat me once again.
And that is significant,
Going.
because we get this, and oh man. Okay, so each subsequent life upgrade is reduced as well. Yikes. Not sure I realized that was a thing. And I didn't think that we could do this when we already had all of our existing Death Defiances. Does this just throw away 200 coins? Or do we actually get a new one? It does say replenish, which to me suggests that it only, you know, replenishes one that you've already used, not give you a new one if you have all the ones that you started with. Let's give it a shot.
No need for that.
Okay, no, it doesn't. Doesn't let us. So thank you, game, for not allowing me to just burn 200 coins, because that would sting. In that case, I think we are best off not taking anything, because we also have full HP. And we're gonna have the mystery rooms from here on out, or at least for the next several rooms. So, I mean, take your pick.
Get me out of here.
No idea what we're gonna end up with. Oh, we lucked out.
Something smells good.
What's your official
Couldn't
business
interrupt that,
anyway,
right?
Your Royal Majesty? Seems like it's bringing you through Asphodel an awful lot lately.
That maybe.
It's... Look, the truth is I am trying to get out of here. I've hit some stumbling blocks along the way, but I think I will make it there eventually.
Oh, really? Say no more. I know how that is.
That you do.
Hope the fates will look the other way for you.
Yeah.
Getting out of here, huh? Not thought of that myself in I don't know how long.
Yeah, but that is kind of your thing, you and Orpheus. Okay, so would we like to increase the rarity of boons that we currently have? I mean, boons that we currently have are just two. The cast boon that we have from Ares and the dash boon that we have from Zeus. So we know what we're going to upgrade if we do this. Cast is already purple. What's it, epic? So I assume that means it would go to legendary, maybe technically heroic. So that would be pretty nice. But, I mean, I also think we need a lot more boons, so I might actually prefer that we do this.
Sounds good.
So good. Take care.
You can do it.
Thanks. Hopefully you're right. This room is going to make things difficult, though. Barge of Death, here we come. Okay. We're gonna put this life gain on hit to the test here, I think. Big time. Okay, now we can stun you, which should be very helpful. Need to get rid of you guys, because you're creating shields for this dude. No, indeed. Now, if you could just chill there for a second and get hit by those casts that I admittedly whiffed on just a little bit. There we go. Okay, wave 2.
How many more of these are there?
More than I would like there to be, quite frankly. Okay, got rid of 1, maybe even 2 of those shield creators. Ooh, we just barely avoided taking damage from those waves, but I don't think we avoided that one, though. Okay, come on. Got your armor now, which means we can stun you, wave dude. That is key. That is the best form of defense against you, unless, you know, we decide to just run straight into you. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, the life gain on hit meant that we could have full HP upon exiting this zone, and that is certainly a rarity, so I'll take it. Okay, so we did get this to give us increased rarity. This is what we just got from that previous room. Bump up the rarity of these boons, and we have seen this before. It was not on epic rarity. We do need a normal attack boon, and we do need a call, are the two things that really come to mind here. So I'm not so sure that we... I mean, obviously, this is a lower rarity, so I would rather take the epics, but I feel like we kind of need to have a normal attack boon at this point. So, yeah, I think we do it.
I feel all tingly.
A little disappointing that we have to, but I think we kind of do. You guys take lava damage when we knock you into the fire? Knock you into the lava? Is you're kind of floating? I would assume that you might not. Okay. Don't light the wave, dudes, as I said not long ago. Oh man, that was silly damage there. I'd like to have this back. There we go. Oh, no, not quite. Just kidding. Okay, now we have it back. Too many enemies. Too many enemies. Two can play this throw projectiles that take out a bunch of people game.
Some nectar there.
Alright, and again, we're finishing the room with at least what will be full HP as soon as we step into the next area. And really wants to give us Death Defiance. We don't need it. I'd rather give us those options later on. Okay, so normally I would say... Now let's go. We're going to put the life gain to hit to the test again. But you know, thus far it's proved very useful, it seems. Uh-oh. This was a really bad place to get stuck, though. We're going to end up taking a lot of damage out of this room. As for whether it will be worth it, that remains to be seen. Worried that we were going to get stuck in the lava there. Almost happened. Oh, goodness. Who is left? Who is left? Wow. Okay. Certainly took damage, and we certainly took a long time to complete that. Was it worth 62 coins? Certainly debatable. Certainly debatable. I think it depends how difficult this room here is.
My boon from Master Chaos has evolved.
Okay, I already forget what that boon was supposed to do. Okay, this appears to be the last shop before the Hydra fight, in which case, yeah, getting the chance to have enough coins to purchase both of these things, which, if I were able to do math right now, I might be able to determine whether or not that would have been the case had we not done that latest trove. Oh. Oh, man. So if we had the boon that increased our attack speed, that would have been amazing. So that's what we were talking about before. Getting the chance to attack more quickly with the 2 life every time we hit someone would have meant really quick life restoration. Cast this faster, though, and hold the fire in rapid succession. I mean, we do have a powerful cast setup at the moment, so I think we lean into that. I mean, this can also be good. I think we go this way.
Godspeed.
And we can afford this, too.
Cheers, mate.
I know it has reduced effect, yes, but I think every point of life that we have is worth more than it has been worth in the past, given how it's a lot easier to get it back than it would normally be.
Come and get it.
Alright. Let's see what this Hydra has to offer. Other thing I'm curious about. He absolutely can hold that down. Oh, what? And it returns back to us as well? That seems to. The other thing I was going to say that I'm curious about is whether when we attack shielded enemies, like theoretically the primary Hydra head right now, can we still get life back? No. Okay. So we have to actually deal damage, it seems, in order to get that life back. Now, as for where these are, there's one of them. Of course, not great to stand there for an extended period of time. Would love to get the rest of our casts back, though. I really don't know where they went. Here they are. Okay. Okay, now you're gonna get very mad. Honestly, that might actually be the best time to use our casts. When we know you're about to do that. Because you're gonna be standing pretty still. Except, if we get too aggressive, then we might end up taking a few hits ourselves. Granted, the ability to get life back, again, very helpful. Okay, take a quick look at what type of heads we're dealing with here. And the answer is, fortunately, none of the red ones, which tend to be the ones I think are the most difficult. And you know, I think that this boon that we got, the Daedalus Hammer, if they're even called boons, technically, I don't even remember, I think it works really well with this keepsake. The pointed spearhead, or whatever it's called. The reason for that being, as you can see there, if we take damage, we are shielded for, I believe it's 1.5 seconds at the moment, at level 3. Which means we take some damage, yes, but we have the opportunity to get some of that life back very soon thereafter. And that is huge. Or at least, it seems like it is. And there we go. I'd like to get these back. At least some of them. Okay. Wanted that last one too, but I'll deal with it. Don't remember picking anything up that had our cast returned to us at the end of its route, but it appears as though that's happening, and that certainly makes it easier to deal a lot of damage with it. And Hydra down.
All the heads. Good.
I forget what it was that the positive effect of the Chaos Boon that we took was.
We'll have you back here soon enough.
And we still have the increased rarity on our next boon. We have basically no boons at the moment, oddly enough. We could double up on the increased rarity if we had a little more coins, and we now have a little more coins. I might want that. Let's try it. I assume those things stack. We're gonna have a super high rarity boon coming up here. Certainly hope that's the case. I suppose if it's one after the other, then that's not bad either. Just that this would seem to be something that would more or less guarantee a very high rarity option. I don't think the hammer has rarities, so I suppose this would be the exception to that. You down. Oh, get back here. You down. Up where? I may not have seen you at all. In which case, my bad. But fortunately, it's not like you got any extra damage in on us, so no harm done. if you guys could just leave me alone with the guy that I had the chance to damage earlier, that'd be great. I do see the eyeball, and it almost escaped me.
What else?
Granted, the eyeballs are actually very useful in that does give us the opportunity to get a few last hits in against an enemy that can't deal damage to us, so works really well with what we have going for us. Special hits twice, your attack fires a wave. I think we have to take this. I don't know, well, I mean, it's going to be easier to hit more people with it, which I think is going to make it even easier to get increased life back for that reason. And we don't have any Dionysus boons yet, but that's not saying much. We have one Ares, one Zeus. I guess you could say ideally it would be one of them, but I don't think we have the option of being very picky right now. Maybe if we were feeling really daring, we could try being a little picky because we know that this is going to be a really good boon that we get here. But I'd rather not take that risk at this point in time, given just how far along we are in the run. Ooh, almost forgot about you. Ooh, for some reason I thought those traps were facing the other direction. If you guys could not do that, so that I could just attack this guy first, that would be greatly preferred. I'm taking way more damage than I should be taking. We do need to be careful. I mean, we did get almost all of it back, but brief moments of silly damage taken, and that could be enough to take us down, given just how low our total HP is. Okay, we did finally get the shield guy down. That is the last of them. Okay, hoping this is going to be great.
But you took care of Theseus down in Elysium of late there, Zag. Nice work. Never liked that one. Between us.
Oh, really? It seemed like everyone likes Theseus.
One time and he just dumped rotten. I don't like that, man.
Okay, yeah, so everything is epic. And we don't have an aid yet, so that would be very helpful for sure. All inflicts hangover on all foes. Hangover damage. It still doesn't seem like that's very much damage. Even if it's epic? Do we like any of these other things? Oh. I don't know. This seems like this plays really well into, again, the setup that we have. The whole playing games with how much life we have. I think that covers what would potentially be one of our greatest weaknesses. Oh. Okay, so it looks like those increased rarity options items, I guess you could say, that we had, did not stack, because we still have one remaining. So would it be great if we could pull this off? It will be difficult. It will be very difficult, because it's a double round of enemies with, or well, I guess a single round of enemies, but with one of the gods fighting us. Do need to pick sides, and that's tough, because we only have one boon from each of them, so it's not like we have already picked a favorite. I feel like I generally prefer Ares, so let's do it. And I think this is more so what we were looking for, getting the chance to get a really nice Ares aid. I'm a big fan of his aid.
God's power.
And that comes just in the nick of time for this encounter.
I thought that we were getting on just fine. Better than fine, but this...
Sorry.
Get over it.
I do certainly hope so. Ooh, that did not hit you with the explosion. That is a bit disappointing. Ooh, I am out of casts. Oh, and I'm not supposed to stand there. Trying to position myself for getting those people to get hit. With the explosive. Crap. My guess is this is not our only way to prepare ourselves for that possibility. I don't see where. We did at least get rid of one, maybe two. Make sure we do that. I did step into that momentarily. It was silly. Yep, not the end. Notably. Okay, well, I mean, I did try to walk in there in order to kite them over in that direction, but then I proceeded to get hit and they did not, so that made me feel pretty silly. Forgot we had the wave attack as well. That is significant. Okay, hold on. I need to get these guys. Not the best positioning there on my part. I'd like to get some HP back. There we go. Probably would have been quicker to take him out with the cast, but I saw that we were on low-ish HP. Alright, forgive us.
Hey, all right, it's fine already, Zach. You win this time, and I am good as grapes.
Okay, more rarity. Take less damage while at below 40%. I mean, that does sound really good. So does this, though, because this increases our max HP. This is sort of a safety net, another safety net, for if we take a lot of damage in one room. Love to get this in a future room, but I think we go for this.
How about another?
Yeah, how about another? I would like another at this point. So we've not done anything side-related, and also both of these options are mini-bosses. Just checking if there's anything else in here, like a little shop for some life restoration would be very helpful, since we're definitely not at full at the moment. So this could be Minotaur, and this could be the Super Butterfly person. Either way, I think it's going to be tough. Super Butterfly person.
Mother of all soul catchers.
Fortunately, I think we can do a lot with this. I am stuck in a location that did not allow me to deal much damage to that guy, fortunately. Trying to get it down as quickly as possible. Yeah, I think that's the key. Yes, of course, there are lots of these guys trying to attack. Don't get me wrong, but they will keep on coming back. So in order to cut this encounter off as quickly as possible... Oh, don't do that. You need to get rid of the guy in the middle first. Then you can focus on taking these guys out. And we didn't get too many of them to spawn, so I think we were largely successful in that endeavor. I do see we have this. Now, granted, this is maybe a bit of a missed opportunity. I'm going to deliberately not take out all of you, maybe? Okay, well, so much for that. I was gonna say, we probably want to get some of our HP back. Did that happen on net? Maybe slightly. It was close. I might have got a little too clever for my own good.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Man, lots of rarity now. So special damage, lightning effects also make foes jolted. That is really powerful. Our only source of lightning damage at the moment is our dash, but that might still be enough. Otherwise, after you take damage, your foe is struck with lightning. That would be another source of the lightning damage, but I think... I mean, our playstyle in some ways at the moment with this build is just sit in there, we're gonna get hit, but as long as we're dishing out damage quickly, then we're gonna also be restoring HP, hopefully at a similar rate to the amount of damage that we're taking, if not, you know, net gaining HP. This kind of plays into that. Is there any sort of cooldown here, or if we get hit in quick succession, do we also deal damage a bazillion times? I feel like for that reason, maybe we do go with that option. Again, I would probably like to have the other one as well, But I like this a lot too.
Body bleeds and dies and turns to ash. Is this the final cruelty of the gods? Or evidence, perhaps, that we have some immortal stuff in us ourselves?
It's a deep question. Dark question.
Although, you mentioned something of your parentage, stranger. I have a question on that subject, if you please.
See about that.
I please, sir. What's your question? Ask away.
Your father must have records of the dead.
Okay, so you
I was
know.
wondering if you might do me a favor and look up the whereabouts of someone I once knew.
Go on.
You've done a lot for me. The least I can do is ask around. Who is it that you're looking for?
I seek one called Achilles.
Ah.
Was rather famous once among the living, but among the dead, who knows? I thought he would be here, but he is not.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Achilles is down in Tartarus rather than Elysium, because Elysium is supposed to be the place for the exalted, and Achilles, like this guy is saying, was certainly quite famous in life. Granted, maybe, you know, like being one of the chief people involved in a humongous war and having 99.9% of your body dipped in the river Styx, unbeknownst to the ruler of the underworld, making you almost immortal, might not fly very well with him, so that might be the reason.
Achilles. I've heard the name before. And, can I ask why you wish to know of him, in case it happens to come up?
Yeah, playing coy a little bit here.
It's just, I simply miss him, stranger. That is all.
Oh. Okay, so we can replenish all of our Death Defiance. We currently have all our Death Defiance. We don't need that. We can have life coming back to us upon entering each room. I feel like this may not be, well, I mean, we're not on full life right now, so that would help us a bit. But we have a lot of ways in which to get life back already, so I think this might actually be the best option here. I'm not sure if I've ever taken this from him. It's usually I feel that is not the case, but should be in effect for the next boss fight, which I think will be a very big deal. I think we take... yeah. I think we take Hermes. Because...
Time to fight.
oh, I thought we... okay, for some reason, I thought we did take that boon... oh dear, this is gonna hurt a lot. Thought we did take that boon that allowed us to shoot waves out from our attack. So I'm not seeing that at the moment.
Give it up.
So now I doubt myself. So I was gonna say, this would be a great time to put that to use. I need more of these. Ooh, slow down, please. Chance to get a little bit of our HP back, though. And we did get the positive outlook stuff. That being the effect from Dionysus trigger. And that is not where we want it to be triggering, though, against those flowy uppy dudes. 'Cause they hurt. We do, of course, have a greater call. I think I'm going to use it. Because I don't want to be running into you.
Fit time's up.
It's the Premium Express delivered straight to you, fresh from the richest mountaintop up here. You're gonna like this.
I hope so. Move more quickly. Helpful. Chance to dodge. I feel like we might actually want chance to dodge. Again, the idea being, our strategy is to be able to stand right up next to opponents and just hammer away at them non-stop. So to avoid 25% of that damage, I think that is quite possibly better than having that move speed.
Let's move, Hermes.
Again, all those options did seem good. Now, I don't really like either of these options, however. None of them affect us immediately, so take your pick. Oh, really?
Welcome sight.
So this is the last room before... oh no, it's not the last room before the boss fight. What? Oh, it's the life restoration room. I almost didn't even notice. thought this was going to be the last room before the boss fight, and I was like, I don't know. Normally, we would be getting something more powerful than just gems at this
Within
stage.
the delicately hewn constructions of Elysium exist places of peace so utterly serene and absolute as mortal kind is seldom to experience during the average short and often painful coil.
Is this really as good as it gets for mortal kind?
Maybe. Okay, so now the question is coins versus pump of power. And we have some things that we've upgraded a fair bit in the case of the cast, and a little bit in terms of our attack. As for the other ones, I mean, it would be nice to get the call to be increased rarity. We have some coins, not a ton, so there could certainly would be a lot of use. Not sure if that actually blew up on anyone. I very much hate going against these enemies. This is, I'd say, the hard counter against our playstyle, since they blow up as soon as we walk past them. I think we just dash away. Where are the bloodstones? That's what I want to know. Because I could really use those right about now. Actually, though. Okay, we have some non-chariot dudes. I'd like to get rid of the chariot dudes first. Okay, there are the bloodstones, and I got stuck in a corner there. Okay, I think it's just the non-chariot dudes now, except for this guy, obviously. Okay. Oh, that was silly. Didn't get as much HP back there as I might have hoped to get. Uh-oh, we're in trouble now. Love to get this back too. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, did manage to get a little bit of HP back there. A little bit. Not a ton. Oh, did trigger that. Did you just block that explosion? I'm not sure I knew you could do that. Okay, I do see that we have this. I know we have the potential of getting back some HP if we were to fight you in a more straightforward fashion. Got a little bit of life back from that. Oh, and in fact, I think that might have actually been the boon from Dionysus getting us back to 40%. Revenge damage, dash damage, cast damage. I think at this point we're reaching diminishing returns with the Blade Rift. I'm assuming. I think we go for this. It's going to deal more damage than the dash is doing, for sure. I think this is going to be the last room before the boss fight, in which case you can only afford one upgrade, maybe in addition to a life restoration, if there is something there. Otherwise, we're talking max life improvement. And it's hard to say which one's better. Jop would be better if we could afford more than one thing, but we don't know if that's going to be the case. So I think we go here, and then any coins we have left over, we use, assuming we make it through, to the next area. Super shop that comes thereafter. No special coin earns, it would seem. Alright, bring it on.
These two.
Prepare to be sent back into the depths whence you came.
Alright. So, like, the Minotaur, oh, ow, hurts. What I was going to say could be a very good example of an opponent that would be good to have that life gain on hit against.
You think you have the wherewithal to achieve victory?
Assuming he doesn't also sneak in a bunch of hits against us. I feel like we're not getting life back here. We are. Okay. Just not noticing it for some reason. Ooh, got my angle wrong there. Almost didn't work. Ooh, definitely got my angle wrong there. It does seem as though we have the wave attack. Maybe it only works when we are standing right next to someone? Maybe that's it. We have gotten a lot of our HP back now. Not all of it. I'm sure I'm jinxing myself now. Okay, you're doing that. Should be using our casts for more damage here. No question. Oh, and I walked straight into that one. Okay, I do see we have a full call at the moment. I'm going to hold off until, yeah, you get to your impervious phase. Excuse me. I wanted to do this. I want to try to finish you off, ideally. Except that's not going to happen. Sneak in a little more HP. We cannot. At least, not on net. Ooh, almost got hit there by Theseus. Don't know where Theseus is! Okay. We have gotten a lot of our HP back, so I think that has done wonders for us, quite frankly. Well, I walked straight into that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it dealt damage. That certainly did, though. Okay, Minotaur down. Now, with just you, this should be a lot easier, I would think. How are you doing on life? Okay, you're not at half yet. You're getting close-ish. Wow. That did go through the barrier, but I don't think it hit us. That did, though. Now, so if he blocks, we do not get our life back. Oh, man, he hit us multiple times there. So that is notable. Okay, now he's gonna go all Super Saiyan on us. Demeter! Excuse me. That's my grandma. And that is not cool. Ooh. We'll, end up doing this. Again, just kind of want to make sure we're far enough along that we can almost finish him off at the very least. Well, we still did get hit at the end there, unfortunately. Running. Not ready to admit defeat, except we did just defeat you. So take that.
Who's champion now?
Who is champion now, indeed? Okay, and again, we would have had less HP there had we not picked up the Dionysus Boom to get us up to 40% HP at the end of a zone. So that is very helpful here, because otherwise we would have been in dangerous territory. And this doesn't quite get us up to full HP, but it gets us very close. To the point where we don't really need to have this. We don't need this, because we have all of our Death Defiances. Maybe there's something we could sell. But I think we have a lot of stuff that's working in tandem. So I don't think we want to get rid of it.
I can do this.
And with the additional rooms here as well, we're getting a little bit more HP, you know, 3 each time we step into a room, which percentage-wise is actually not an insignificant amount of our total HP. I saw that.
Sticks.
So that by the time we actually walk into a room with enemies in it, we will be very close to full. I don't see her hiding. We should know about. But we actually will be on full HP.
Should stock up for the road.
When next we step into a room with enemies. So, what is the plan here in terms of what we want to buy now, what we want to try to save up for? Obviously, there are 2 Ares boons. Let's take a quick look at what our options are in terms of what we can take here. We do have some Ares stuff already, so that would be nice to get more Ares. I think Coin Room is probably going to be the first option, in which case we are guaranteed to get, assuming we succeed, we're guaranteed to get another 100 there. So that means this is probably within range, or this and this within range. In fact, we're almost there already. I think we go this route. And then that probably means we won't be able to get anything else, but I think so be it. And which one would we prefer? I think we prefer this. Given all the life synergies that we have going on, anything that we can do to increase our maximum life is going to pay huge dividends, I think. God, I hate these guys. They always poison me. And that is, actually, come to think of it, poison is going to be, one of the key issues with our current setup. Because it is an additional source of damage that we take. Saw that.
Hey, money.
And normally it would be a small percentage of your total life. However, in this instance, it's going to be a fairly large amount.
Night.
Ooh. Any other golden urns you want to give me? Nope. One moment, please. Oh, man.
Not bad.
How did we get that low? Was that all poison? Did we get hit by an attack there? That's a ton of damage we took. Uh-oh. Yeah, we gotta get some hits in here. I think this is gonna be the last room. No, it is not. Okay, some strategic advances here, I think. And retreats, for that matter. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Okay, please stop moving forward when I don't want to be moving forward. There we go. And we got back much of the life that we lost in the previous room there, so that certainly helps. Get a little more here. I think this is going to be the last room. On this side, at least. Of course, not the last room, period. These little enemies have helped us a lot to get back some of that HP, though. I'm a big fan of that. Okay, I see there's a poison restoration source up there. That is good to know. Very good to know. Whoa! Okay, I did step on that. That is true. I probably did step on that as well. Don't have any... I stepped on that too. Okay, that one was bad. We really need to get some of these hits in now. With our normal attack. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. Ultimately, certainly took some damage that we ought not to have taken there, but I think at that last minute there, we did recover a fair bit from just using the normal attacks. We have 345 now, which is certainly more than I expected us to have. I know that was clearly... So.
Could use the rod of fishing there.
Oh! That! I have no idea what this does. I've not fished at all yet.
Let's fish.
How does this work? Do I just pull it up? Too late? Got away? Okay, so it would appear as though there's a timing aspect that I just totally missed. Now, with this much in terms of coins, would we actually prefer this? I don't know. So we could almost wait to save up for that, but that feels like a risk. Let's go here, I think.
Should come in useful.
After you take damage and inflict doom on nearby foes, your Blade Rift power deals damage in a wider area. I don't think we want special inflicts doom. We do have a lot of, or we already have, damage when we take damage. We already deal damage when we take damage with one of our existing Zeus spoons, or I think we took that one. And then we, of course, have some Blade Rift stuff going on with both our cast and our call. So the wider area of effect, I feel like that might be the way to go. Although we are also going with the whole stand directly in front of people in order to deal damage approach, so there is something to be said for this too. Yeah.
I will keep fighting.
Normally I would go with the latter option there, ladder of the three, but I'm pushing myself to be a little bit different this time around with the pretty unique build that we have set up. Okay, I don't like you. I don't like you at all. You guys always successfully poison me. You have done so again. But we did, on net, I think, still come through with more HP than we came in here with, so that was a good start. We do always have that possibility, so that is cool. I would love to stand right next to the source of poison relief, if possible.
Why did these vermin carry coin?
That is a good question. Okay, so we took a little bit of damage on net there, but by the time we step through here, it's close to the same amount we started with. Okay, really want to get rid of you. Really want to get rid of you. Full HP. So that's awesome, obviously. No additional coins. I think we're gonna have one mini room and then the final one. Oh, nope. We're all the way in the final one already. And, woo. Taking some damage that probably shouldn't have been taken there. And those are poisony things over there. Uh-oh, we're already on positive outlook. That's not a good sign. I'm behind this for a second. Need this. Oh, I whiffed big time on that one. Hold on. Okay. Oh no, that was so silly. Are we taking poison right now? We might be. That is also poison over there. I want to be mindful of that. That is poison too. Please don't hit us with the poison. Greatly prefer dealing some damage to you to finish you off. Okay, so we obviously used a Death Defiance there, which I hate that we're using that at this stage, but we were quite a bit lucky, I think, in the past to dodge many bullets.
My oft-misunderstood son, Ares, now shall lend you a small token of his power. I'll make him helpful yet.
Oh, are you saying you're about to give us a dual boon?
It shall be exactly as you say, Lord Father. Your wishes are identical to mine.
Okay. This might be worthwhile. Make sure we don't accidentally click on something else. Your revenge effects sometimes occur without taking damage. Oh, man. Automatically retaliate with some God-given effect after taking damage. But what does that even... Does that just mean it randomly happens every 3.5 seconds? Because we have several revenge effects. That is what we took in the previous instance, when I was like, I don't know what the best choice is, so... That does seem really good. Don't fully understand how exactly it's going to end up triggering, but okay, we do also have the ability to take this. And we have a chance of getting as much as 120 coins to get the Ares boon, because I think at this point, getting another Ares boon would be significant. Oh man, we have some difficult rooms ahead of us. I don't know. I think it could certainly go either way. Let's do it though, just to play it safe. We can double upgrade our attack. Double upgrade our revenge damage. And normally I would say the attack is the way to go, given how we're using our attack most frequently. However, with the duo boon, I think we try leaning into that. Again, it's not what I would normally take, but I'm trying to push myself a little bit here. Play a bit differently. Oh, and okay, those circles around us, those are the revenges triggering, even though we weren't taking damage, so that is cool. Could sell chance to dodge. No, I think that's probably saved us more often than I realize. Yeah, I think we keep all these things. Well, although, bear in mind, if we could get up to, what was it, 450, then we could buy that additional Ares boom, but based on how little coins, the small amount of coins that we would get from doing those things there, selling them off, I think that is not worthwhile, in all likelihood. You know, if it were that we would get enough coins to absolutely get the Ares upgrade, then maybe you can make that case. But I think that is a stretch. On net, I think we actually came out way ahead on life there, even though we did get hit a little bit. So now we're full. Ooh, okay. I was really hoping we were gonna find the last room here.
Nephew, how was Aeol navigating your cruel father's realm at such a blinding speed? There's only one Olympian who moves that quick, besides myself. Where is he anyway?
Is this gonna be a dual boon as well? I don't think you have any dual boons with Hermes, or at least I kind of doubt it. Special deals more damage, knock those away. We're not really doing that. This is basically meaningless at this point in time. So... oh, man. So this kind of stinks. I think Sunken Treasure is more or less the only thing that can help us here, and the only thing that's going to be helpful is the coins.
I feel stronger.
We did get 82, but that's not going to be enough to be terribly significant at this stage. Because, like I said, we're going to need 450, I think, is the next cheapest thing. So there's like an amazing amount of golden urns there, which there are not, and it restores HP that we don't need to restore. So the boon at the end, certainly not great. But we did actually, I think, gain life after all that.
Look at all this.
In that most recent path. Could we justify going through another round somewhere? I don't think so. Not with the mini bosses. That makes me a little bit nervous. So I think we push ahead and we give this a shot. I mean, it'd be great if we... the ideal scenario would be you go down one of those side areas, you have a mini shop in which you can purchase one of the Death Defiances to get this spot back, because we only have 2 out of 3 at the moment. And that would cost us 200 coins, so we're very close to being able to do that. But that is such a small probability that one of those mini shops would be available to us, that it would show up at the right time, or it would be available to us, A, that B, it would give us the option to purchase the Death Defiance, and so that's very unlikely already. Then there's the chance that we might not even have enough coins if it did show up, because if it showed up in the first room, then it might appear before we reach that 200 coin threshold. So for all those reasons, I think that, unfortunately, we can't rely on that, and we should just push ahead.
Gigantic Cerberus accepts the Princess Fowl offering.
Bye for now, boy.
It is bribery. Alright, here goes nothing.
last bit of business to take care of then.
I suppose so.
Ah, but there you are, boy, finally. Despite my knowing you are always late for everything, here you've outdone yourself by quite some time.
Have we? Are you actually praising us? Surely not. Wait for it. There's going to be a backhanded compliment.
Oh, shut up and get your fork. Burn away that regal cape and let's get to this then. I had no idea you had all these capes to spare. Must have a whole entire storage chamber full of them.
Maybe.
Your mockery of me may temporarily embolden you, but achieves nothing useful in the end.
Alright. We'll see about that. Okay, so one thing I want to be careful of doing this time around that I haven't really done in previous Hades fights. So what? Oh, really? It did not look like you were going to hit me there. Alright, next hit, and we are going to have that happen. Really wanted to deal some damage first so that we could get above that threshold where we were going to have a Death Defiance trigger. That is an early call. I'm very surprised. These things, the green skulls explode like that if you don't get rid of them in time. We are already on low HP. Wow. We can get some of that back, don't get me wrong. But it's tough. Where'd you go, Dad? Over there, apparently. Wanted to get out of there, but couldn't. And he disappeared again. Please don't hit me with that. Or that, for that matter. No, I think I just barely got it in time. No, I did not get it in time. Yup, mistakes are being made. Okay. Hopefully, oh, that was terrible timing. I was going to say, hopefully we can finish him off with this set, but that's definitely not going to be the case. Ooh, that did hit me as well. Where are they, though? Okay, you're hiding in the middle there. I see that. You could please stop throwing those things? It's getting really annoying having to take out so many of them. Oh my god, there are too many of them. We are on 6 HP. Which means we're in trouble. We're not gonna do this in time. That's gonna kill us. Yep.
How many times shall you make me do this?
It was possible. I think it was possible, but it's tough. It's tough.
How am I going to beat him?
We've done it before. But I think our damage was not great. Oh, no Hypnos. I think our damage was not great. Our life restoration, of course, was nifty. But ultimately, I don't think we took full advantage of it.
You keep an eye on Father for me, boy. Don't let him sour up everyone's mood.
Oh.
Cerberus promises to do exactly that, in his own way.
Thanks, Cerberus.
Cerberus is overjoyed to have received such a delicious treat.
Oh.
There's a good boy. Thought you'd like that.
Alright. Good boy, Cerberus.
A moment, lad?
Yeah. Someone wants to talk to you.
How fare your labors, lad? You have a certain look about you. Everything all right?
It's just, within Elysium, I happened on a shade who said he knew you, said he misses you. Do you know a Patroclus, sir?
What? Yes. I knew Patroclus. Is he all right?
Alright, you two have a history, clearly.
I don't know. He seemed like he's known better times than these. Is there something I should say to him if I run into him again?
Please send him my regards. And all my love. I think of him always. But I cannot see him any longer. And you mustn't ask me why, do you understand? Now, leave me be, please, lad. I need some time.
Alright.
Take care then, sir.
Oh, you have
Oh, hello,
something else to say to us,
Cerberus.
too?
I was just wondering if you had ever heard of any other court musicians who had lost the will to sing. Your father's asked me to explain myself, and honestly, it has been rather difficult.
Yeah, that is tough.
If it's any consolation, mate, I'm certain every single undead court musician serving in the throne room of the God of the Dead has been through everything you're going through.
Contractor, looks like there's
You'll have something
not...
more affordable next time.
Yeah, not anything that we can currently afford. Who's, Hello.
I have to tell you, Dusa, your job seems really stressful here. It's a big house. You have to tend to the entire thing.
Oh, well, most of it isn't so bad at all. But ever since Cerberus tore up the lounge, I guess it's been a little hectic getting everything back to normal like before.
I'm not sure it was ever normal around here, but I'm sorry I created work for you. Cerberus tore the place apart because of me. Though maybe I can help you patch things up.
Don't say that, Prince. Cerberus knows better, and besides, you have your job to do, don't you? And I have mine. And I will do my very best at it. Just wait and see.
I do like how Dusa, I think, for the first time now, has what I guess is 3D art? I mean, it was, I suppose, just 2D before. It's clearly 3D now. Jeez. Bobbing back and forth, that's cool too.
And she's off.
She still does that, though.
I've come for questionable deals.
Maybe. I don't know. Still don't have a great sense as to when that makes the most sense to make those exchanges.
Nyx, I've come to know the god of travel, Hermes, though it seems to me he doesn't work directly with the others on Olympus. Do you know him well?
Yeah, that is odd, how his boons work a little differently than the others, in that I don't think you can upgrade them, and I'm not sure if there are any duo boons between Hermes and others. There may be.
Lord Hermes is a point of contact, yes. Among Olympians, he works the closest with our operations here, and aids with shepherding the souls of the departed to our gates. Accept his help, for he is faithful to our cause.
Cool. Also, Nyx, you look awesome compared to what you looked like before. I mean, in the past, she was basically just like a ghost with a purple robe over her. Now she looks like a goddess. And I love how there's the purple jewels that look like the darkness upgrades that we get. And since she's goddess of darkness or night or something along those lines, that makes a lot of sense.
I get it. Thank you, Nyx.
And let's take a quick look at the mirror. And we have a fair bit of darkness. Ooh, what's this? Switch talents? Fiery Presence? Each rank makes you deal plus 10% damage when you strike undamaged foes. Oh, so you can switch between the two of them? Okay, and that's a really cool upgrade. But that adds a whole new layer where you have to decide which avenue you want to take. Do all of these have alternatives? They do. Wow. That's really awesome. I feel like we'll probably want to take a closer look at that later on, and maybe we'll figure out what makes the most sense in terms of how best to invest all that darkness that we have accumulated. Like I was saying before, solve this, And certainly once we have 8 keys, I think we will prioritize getting this over the railgun, because I mean, like... Yeah, sure, railgun is... I'm sure it's very different from the other weapons, and I feel like on one occasion we might have tested it out somehow, but... I have no idea what the other one does. That fist, or glove, or whatever you want to call it, so... I'm very intrigued. I'm just gonna... Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna zoom on through here.
This ought to be interesting.
Because I think, with that, that will wrap things up for this video, because, yeah, we made it almost all the way through. We had a very unique build, unlike anything that I've seen in the past, so, I don't know, have any of you guys had a run that went kind of like that, in terms of having all those life synergies going on, and were you able to make it all the way out, or did you fall a little bit short like us there? Either way, I think we have a lot of stuff to experiment with going forward, so I'm looking forward to all that. I'll see you in the next video.